Good day, 432, and how are you sitting in the same sound over and over? How perfect is 432? How perfect that they never get to see one. Get out of jail free. GET, total 32, which is the 5 when you start, plus 32 is 37, it is the Christ. Out is 56. Up is 21. That is in the center, it's 2 letters. Jail is 32. Repeating get 32. And free is the 24. When you go to jail, if you pick the right card, you might have a get out of jail free card, which is $50. Plus your 10 is $500. And Monopoly is the only one who makes a $500 bill. We must find places in the world of a $500 bill. Whatever the value is, it doesn't matter. It still says 500. Get out of jail says 5256, which is 7-Eleven. Craps the game, because 5 and 2 don't pass anything. 52 or 56 is 108, 2 decks of cards, 52 weeks and 2 weeks vacation they give you. So they can see you play and read your mind again as you bake in the sun. It's Venus the sun, and I have to go get a drink. Just give me a second. Uranus is the sun. $432. Lemon, wine, carrot juice, omega-3, and my pill for the morning from bipolar. So this is what I do. I go in here, take my pill. Now since it's oil and salmon, I must take wine. Now I swallow it. Now it tastes terrible. Never too much that your body can't digest it. Okay? What happens is I break the salmon pill. Because when you give you an aspirin, they want it right away to work. They don't put the coating on it. Now I have the coating so the salmon slowly comes out. But the salmon slowly coming out doesn't make it up the rapids. He ends up down the rapids. Now that everything is done, I put a little maple syrup because of the tree and the story that has to intertwine within myself. So that the child and his beliefs can warm up, so that the evildoer can bring your child up to be a man in control. He gives him Vicks to feel better. So I take Vicks, and I put it on each side of my nose, put a dash underneath each eye, and then I clean my ears with it. Your balls have to hang. If your balls don't hang, your mind can't work. Now I don't see too well because of the Visine near my eyes, but that's okay. I'm not looking to see with my eyes. I'm looking to feel with my heart. Get out of jail to continue. 32, 56, 21 is in the center. Now, 32 and 56 is 88. Okay, so let me get back to this. Where is it? This are 2 eyes, but they moved it. It's 2 commas. They're 2 eyes. When you finish them, they're the smokestacks for the nuclear chemicals, made a special way. They need those chemicals, and they need the water to go around it, because the water reads the energy inside the what do you call it? The chemicals that they use, because They're always putting in nuclear inside the water. When it blows, it's because the nuclear energy, okay, and the corners of the piping, it's two different worlds. It just blows it apart. They're trying to steal the information vibrations from within the water. They do this tons all over the world. It's a network like having a dip on every corner. Let me see if I can find this now. Get out of jail. It goes to 88, 89, 99, 109. Spanish train. 109 is the one spirit of the nine birth that's in the jail. Get out of jail free. 5-2 is the Mayans. 5-6 is the maximum you can get is 11. They have 10 and 8, which is the Jewish heaven. You take 88. You take 88, the number over here, and you multiply it by the 3 before we get to the single digit. We get 388, 264, Israel and Zion. 356, 168, the one spirit of man in heaven. 1 equals, okay, to 14, 15. 5 and 1 is 6. The other equals to 264. 10 and 2 is 3. 4, 6 is 10. 11, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. We have 36, which is the 9 birth. Okay? But if you look in between, okay, 432, 3 is 5 of these. 4 of these. And 3. 4 by 3 is 12. 5 goes into 15 3 times. I want to show you why it's 432. I don't see it. I saw it before, now I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Yes, of course. I'm so stupid. 264 and 168, 8 and 4 is 12. 6 and 6 is 12 plus 1 is 3. 2 and 1 is 3 plus 1 that we carried over is 432. And between 264, Israel and Zion, and 168, the one spirit of the man of heaven. The A's play a long way. But watch out for your Vicks Victory nasal spray. Vicks Victory, dust, the powder, the Gold Bond powder by the new commercials, all the new commercials. The Who is coming to town. See the bird? See this bird? It's the sword. This is the outside of the mask you see on the king and the jack and the cards. I just put eyes on it. X's come here, lions come here, because when they come here, the story is complete, they put an X on it. See the cow? 1 ear, 2 ears, and the ear up here. Right out of the milk that you drink. That's why people can't drink milk anymore. When I went to get cream this morning, I now understood. The story stays pure in the cream. When you break it down to a milk, they put something in it to clean it, but what they put in is only a chemical. And because it's a chemical, it's for their sake. Michael Jackson, the point of the tongue. Michael Jordan, the Jordan River. Israel is not Israel. It's Jerusalem and it's Jordan. Jerusalem says, I sail high. And Jordan says, the gold of God. O-R is gold, the Dome is the gift. The J is God. Michael Jackson. The word is the. This, the, thus. The. And. This, thus. This is this. Je veux, Salem. Nairiburu. Nairiburu. Backwards, Jerusalem says, J'aime l'or. I love. I love us. I loved us. I love to run and I love to play in the Jordan River of Jerusalem today. It's not me. All I do is write it backwards. You know what the funny thing is? 151 says Jews. 151, my friends. This is my postal code. 23995 is the creation of 9 and 5. It just crosses over in your phone and you don't add it together yet because you're not in life. The teeth and cigarettes and the vibrations. Why they're only letting you put silver when you go to welfare? Well, because it's a big thing. You're not going to have silver when you're a young kid because they don't give you it, or do they give you it? Because once they put it in your teeth, look underneath and see how the The nerves are connected. How is root canal? Because they want all your teeth to talk together, just like your one mouth talks with all your teeth in it. I have 27 teeth. I lost 5 already. So I've already paid my price. My ex-wife has lost 12, 17. Between us, we are the king, and my son is the dance, of the wolves. This is how the balls work. 1 world and 2 worlds. Here's the in-between ball. It comes all the way down towards your leg because of the Asiatic nerve. Asiatic nerve, you have to remember Asia. And between it are your balls that rub together. It goes through your mind. Your hands come off. Here's your hand holding up this side and a hand holding up this side. So when you're holding up 2 sides of the weight, your balls can't get hard because you're taking in the information. Here's the club that looks like a cow. If you draw a star, you put a line through the middle, these 3 end up here, these cross over. 1 in this world, Mars, 1 in this world, Uranus, 1 in this world, heaven, 8th heaven. But this, okay, is where free parking is. And here, you have New York City and Kentucky. Let the flight of the roses and the horses go. Get out of jail free. Says, this here, if you don't know what it is, I started with a circle. I drew a line through it. I didn't go any further because your brain is up here. It's your head that takes the rest of your brains all over the place. This is the cross. 1 leg out here and 1 leg out here. I put a sailing boat on it for the mind. But if you take a close look, or write down this square over here, and put a line through it. Then put a V for life upside down. This is the letter R. The Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. Great balls of fire. Cigarettes and the interference on your teeth. Abraham. 1 heart, 2 hearts. They're just split apart. 1 square, 2 square, your hips. Your nuts are the last decision between the 2 flowers, missing the center leaf that connects to your heart. Your apple. A, B, to B, R, H. Now you take it over here and you look. It says Jaka, Aber, Aberma, Aberma, Abar. But on another page, it says Abraham. It's Hashim. A, B, and B. The ham, which is the pig that goes all over the place and flies to connect the worlds. That's why the Jews can't eat the ham, because it's the ham in representation of what the pig can do. But instead, they told us to stop thinking about the pig. At what point in the Torah did it tell us not to think about the pig? At what point was it changed into the Bible? What placement of the Torah is it in? And another thing about the Torah, I can't read all these pages at once. But the Torah, you want to see it? You open and open and open. And every time you open that Torah, the pages stay open. The words go into the air because it is the tree of life. When the 2 trees, and you walk between the 2 trees of life, the pillars of life, you have brought your mind. You have unraveled the Torah. You are now a mummy covered up in Torah. The Torah and anything that is in a scroll can be opened up and seen in full. Thank you, Bud Bunny. Thank you, Daffy Duck. Thank you, Sylvester. Thank you, Looney Tunes. Thank you, commercials and comics. Thank you, the musicians who brought the word. The vibrations are the sounds. You are in jail at 432, between 1 and 5. The 1 spirit and the 5 goes between the 4 walls that you're locked in, and the only thing you have is the 4 corners and the exit to lunch and the exit outside. But the 3rd one says exit, but do not enter. Exit, do not enter. That's what it says on my door right now. This is the exit, but do not enter. You don't want to come in my house. You do not want to come in my house. Because my house only has 1 street. And unless you follow the ball rolling, you will just roll down and fall down and get crushed by the stone. The rolling stones, not following the rules of one. My house is open for all. We work as one eye with two sides. The dartboard is our head when they're trying to find the electric current that's going in to hit a bullseye in order to connect with you. 20 numbers around, starting at 20 on top. Look around the board. There's a story in there, because now you have to square it off. You must square off the Monopoly board and see which parts of the Monopoly board come out in a little eye shape. There should be 4 of them. And you can turn it 2 ways and do this. Why 2 ways? Because the flat way and the angle of 45 to Fox. 1 to 9 added up is 45. 45 is the next president, and the word it is a Holy Ghost. And it is 29. 29 and 16 in one spirit of 6, or the letter P, is a creation of one corner on your Monopoly. I'll show you. Starts with P and ends up with R. This is the P. This is the P, but this is the way you travel when you go to jail. This is the go to jail corner. We have a host, we have a co-host. We have those who type the conversations any which way they want. We have quiet, one speaks, one receives, one delivers, we all exchange, we take, then we go to question period, in which somebody will take the hands and we will go through one question at a time. It goes through those who held the hands will be the most important, and the one who is last is the most important of all, because he saw everyone that went first. We do it like it's a survey, just like they send us in the mail a survey. Whatever they do in rock and roll and baseball and all sports, we must do the same and sing the national anthem together with our hand on our hearts. I can only survive through your belief and understanding of the truth. What I tell you is only a story. But I want you to read that book. It's from the worth of my words that come out. You only listen. You go to the movies, you shut your mouth, or you have to do the same. I cannot speak if I'm interrupted. You will take my vibration somewhere, and I will get mixed feelings, and then I will not feel good. Then I won't be able to get up, and by the time I relax to get back up, I've already lost another 10 yards because I'm the quarterback. This is a game. Games people play. G, P, P is G, P, spirit, GPS. Velociraptors. The raptor has 3 nails on his front paws. I didn't count his back paws, but he could have 12 plus the one animal is 13. The velocity of the raptor. The claws of Santa, who told us we must claw in to our life and connect to all 3 sides, even if you're not in control of one of the sides. By connecting to it, the other 2 sides can take care of it. I cannot work. If you become the clown, I will frown. Of the brain is of the serious fun. That means it has liberty. We need liberty, which is a serious law. Ronald is pushing. Ronald is Pauline. Pauline Marois here in Quebec. What's the opposition? Ronald and Pauline the Crackers, the school to liberty and love. Ronald and Pauline. Pauline and Ronald is me and my ex-wife. The sword and the marlin both express Pauline Marois, and the point of the matter, she's trying to change all the radio stations to get more control of the French. Running the lake and the change of the matrix. I need you, why? For the disciple fight of the Christ. This is the time we all come together, and we are all the Christ. I go up and down, you go east and west, we cross, and the others close the door. This is how we go, my friends. Right? Somebody's always going to be in the center. But where will I be? I'm going to show you where I'm going to be. when you choose to pass the goodness of the Christ, which is bestowed in all of you, if I go straight down this way, and this way is the Christ. Since you are the Christ, that is your line. I am the X, and I cross in between everything. Christ died on the cross because he had to leave a seed. What Christ did, according to the way I understand it, is there's three corners of Monopoly. They put his updated Christ spirit with the matrix system that takes over us right here. And all they're doing is repeating purity of Christ. Christ dies on the cross, but makes a child with Marlene Marois, with Mary Magdalene, because she was wrong and he was right, and he was two times right coming into this world of purity, and she's 1 time wrong. Minus and plus make a minus, you make an odd, you make a new world. They killed him, and the thing was to save him, and to see how he was going to think when he got older. His gene is in the sperm, where he put his sperm on top of everybody else's sperm, and then some Jew came out with the end-line sperm 50 years later. 50 is ABCD. Okay, 50 is IHGF, and the 50 is in the center for both. 50 times 40 is 2,000. 50 times 40 is 2,000. It's 4,000. Split it in the middle, you have 6,000 years. Take off the middle time of God, 225, you have 5775. Times 40 is 2,000. It's also the 40 of Monopoly. 40 days that Moses first stood out, but he stood up on the mountain. He said, say I and say nigh, say 9 and say 1 and say 10. The carrier of the word, Mary Magdalene, had a child. She moved. He told her to move. She disappeared. She had the Holy Ghost, the sperm that was inside her that she was going to transmit to somebody else eventually. And the golden boy has begun from white, from black to white, from white to gold. The question of everything is white is center, and to the left is gray, and to the right is gray, and to the opposition of white is black. Now what you do is you add the Christ line. Okay? Now you're connecting your blacks and your grays and your blues. Don't forget, Trinity is 3 worlds. You must put 3 for each color. The one in the horse racing is 1 and 1 red. So no matter what you mix with, every time you go get a 1, you're going to get a red. You go letter K, you're going to end up at 12 instead of 11. Whatever you do because of the 2 colored whites, but then in Australia, it becomes gray again. Because the bullhorns, they run underneath. Malaysia, they feel bad, they feel out of sync. Because the sink is where they are, cleaning up from whatever they've done in New Zealand. The zebra stripes, white and black stripes, the skunk who stinks, he shows a stripe in the middle between good and stinky, but New Zealand shows something different. The animals talk. We must learn their colors. We must learn their speech. We can listen to them, and we can learn from them. By staying next to an animal, whatever your thoughts may be is because the animal is next to you. There's 2 things you will remember. One is seeing the animal, and the one is leaving the animal. In between, the rest is yours. Now, apparently, I'm able to channel. Apparently, I am able to read the crypt. I'm able to decrypt my encryption, which means whatever words I get to my mind, okay, it's not that word which is the story. It's what between there is the story. 1/16 of a mile, splitting up the 8 into 16. Splitting it up to 20. Now we got darts. So now they have the 3 world of 9, and because we're up at 20, you now have 11 over 9, you have 2 plus